Good afternoon. I'm here with Claire ROBOREL de CLIMENS of BNP Paribas Wealth Management. Good afternoon, Claire. Nice to have you. We'd like to chat a bit about how BNP Paribas deals with the private wealth revolution in private markets. And so my first question is, what are the benefits of private assets for your wealth management clients?
Well, private equity has been a very resilient asset class over decades and that outperformed the public markets. And so our private clients are very interesting in these asset classes, of course, because of diversification, attractive returns, and of course, because also they want to contribute to the financing of the real economy.
So as wealth managers, what's your legitimacy, let's call it that, it's quite a strong word, to support these clients in this asset class, which is obviously a bit more risky than putting your money into a savings book or money market account? And how do you approach investing in private markets? What kind of risk profile do you take?
Well, as the largest private bank in Europe, we were a pioneer in enabling our clients to access these asset classes. We structured our first feeder fund, private equity feeder fund, in 1998. Wow. So we have 27 years of track record, which is quite unique. And so we have dedicated private equity and private asset experts who are able to guide our clients in building their private assets portfolio. And of course, as a private bank, we have a deep knowledge of our clients and their personal goals. And so we start always a discussion by the asset allocation approach, to understand their adversity or not to risk, and their personal wishes. And then we offer also diversification in the private asset classes through LBO funds, growth, secondary, private credit, infrastructure, real estate. So we cover all the private assets.
Can I ask, what's the minimum I need to bring to be your client? And is there a minimum duration of how long I need to leave my money with that?
Yeah, so it's a good question because it is evolving in a very good way with this new trend of evergreen products, which facilitate, in fact, the access for clients, for private individuals. And now you can access from 25K compared to several hundreds of euros, thousands of euros. And so it's also an easy access because you have no more money call in these kind of products and your money is at work immediately. So a lot of advantages, but also you need to clearly understand the risk and semi-illiquidity of these products. So we spend a lot of time to educate also our clients on these asset classes.
And I have another question which you might not want to answer. What's the average return profile? If I told my grandmother, give it to BNP Paribas for 10 years and you get an annual average return of where is that? About 5%? So below 10?
We target attractive returns. Of course, as you know, there is no guarantee, but we target double-digit return over, as you say, the long duration, 10 years or more. So this is quite attractive.
Yes, absolutely. So what's your outlook for the next month, for this year, for private markets?
So we are, of course, very enthusiastic about 2025 outlook for different reasons according the asset classes. So private equity will be still resilient, but selection is key. We expect this year to have more activity, more deals, and so more distributions, which is key for an investor, of course. And so I am a strong believer in the value creation performed by the private equity firms. So it should continue, and the evergreen products will facilitate again the access. For real estate, over the last 2 years, it was quite tough, but we believe that 25 will be a good entry point for real estate. Some trends will support the growth, such as demographic and digitalization will support the growth for residential, logistics, and also such sectors as leisure or hospitality. So I believe that the clients start to come again on this asset class. Private credit will be, of course, still there, even if the interest rates start to decrease. But from a relative and absolute view compared to traditional fixed income instruments, the performance in 25 should be still attractive. And finally, infrastructure, which is one of our favorite themes for 25. We really recommend to invest in this sector. Again, you have the 3D trends with demographics, deglobalization, and the decarbonization too, which will support the growth of this asset class, which is focused on essential services. And we know that there is a financing gap between the needs, which are very significant, and the public financing, which is quite limited. So private financing will be key for infrastructure.
Okay. Merci bien, Claire.